Good morning, I'm Faraz Raful, the principal of FGR Architects. The brief for this house was to create a home for a young family of four. The unique difference of this home was the project was for the client is my wife. The key points of this house are, it's a house for ourselves, for a young family. FGR Architects continue exploration for many years of the benefits of concrete, responding to a brief with a soft facade in an active street, but ensuring privacy, working to a budget, which was one of the most challenging tasks. The site is situated in Jackson Street in Toorak. It is a long and narrow site, 10 metres wide and 48 metres deep. What immediately captivated us about this property was the presence of the tranquillity, its serene integration with the neighbouring greenery at the rear and seamless blend into a diverse local streetscape. Situated amidst various architectural styles, a neighbouring primary school to the west, a bustling local shopping precinct to the south, and an eclectic mix of residential designs. Our approach to the landscape is to offer a masterful touch of calm. The brief was to create a home with optimal privacy and a soft facade whilst maintaining a calm and tranquil oasis feel internally. We used the metaphor of a folded curtain to symbolise this whilst giving rise to a residence of fluent tranquillity. We wrapped the building with 259 columns, spacing them to emulate the spacing of a fabric curtain. Concrete curtain is architecture of a slow reveal. The curtain goes beyond its functional purposes, such as thermal mass and energy efficiency. It creates captivating moments of layered light and shadow throughout the home. Here is an example of the light shadows from fabric curtain and also the concrete curtain on the right-hand side. We see sustainability as reducing the embodied carbon emissions achieved through material efficiency and optimised design. Designing buildings with a focus of permanence, durability, reducing the need for frequent replacement. Our aim is to achieve buildings that last, requiring low energy consumption. Sandwich panel precast walls produced in a factory in a controlled environment. This single production run is doing multiple purposes. It is the structure, it is the diaphragm, insulation, and the final finish, with outstanding longevity. We've been able to achieve remarkable climate stability inside the house, reducing the need for energy-intensive mechanical systems that come with high embodied carbon footprint. The construction presented substantial challenges, especially manoeuvring through the constraints imposed by the pandemic, managing increased material costs, and securing skilled labour. Here we see that the development period is approximately 18 months and the construction period was approximately 18 months. Construction sequencing was a meticulous process due to the property's dimension. Power lines and traffic management was high on the difficulty of things to manage, which resulted in a 4-stage construction sequence. Fortunately, we were allowed access to the adjoining property to park the crane, to do lifts 2 and 3. Here we observe images of the construction phase with challenges of installing large sheets of glass supporting cantilevered slabs, the proximity of the building to the existing tree that borders on 2 boundaries, and offering a unique visual from the master bedroom. A range of construction methodologies was utilised for the columns. Here we observe various column construction techniques demanding meticulous execution and a keen focus on detail, which included moulded precast, in situ poured concrete and hollow concrete tubes on the first floor. The challenge was ensuring that we achieved the same finish to all 3 concrete column types. And here we have concrete curtain in its completion. The distilled material vocabulary keeps it simple and powerful. A street presence engaging rather than discordant. Rather than a private dialogue, it's a conversation often available to the passer-by. Here you could see the increased spacing to the columns on the lower level, on the western boundary. This was to allow for water flow as the property sits on a flood overlay. Having full creative freedom allowed us to explore new frontiers in design, construction, excellence, performance, and innovation. A strong design consideration was placed on the close-up detail of this home. We understand this to be the first kitchen in Australia to be fully clad in stone, including all moving parts. From within, there is a deliberate integration of natural elements. This takes us back to our vision of permanence. This strengthens the harmonious connection with the neighbouring greenery and emphasises the tranquillity inherited to the property. A lot of the greenery that you see here is borrowed greenery coming from the adjoining neighbours. Surface throughout present a gentle lustre of travertine flooring boundary to boundary and seafoam ocean waves green quartzite across the kitchen surface and fireplace. With a soft and effortless transition from internal to external. Here we see images with a focus towards detail. We have a very strong focus towards detail. We've got the 1 to 20 detail, and then we zoom out to the overall idea of the home. And we bring that into the kitchen area, to all the joinery. Then experiencing the concrete curtain from inside where it's uplit. This will allow the natural sunlight from the morning sunlight to penetrate through, but they're also openable doors, so it allows lovely cross ventilation that sits, it's a screen that sits behind a concrete curtain. Insetting light features into the walls. The connection between and the inspiration between the greenery and inspiring the material palette throughout the home. Proximity of the existing tree to the master bedroom and the overhanging upper floor. You'll notice that the whole level of this upper floor, half the house just sits on 3 columns supporting the whole lower area. The evening serenity of this home with the internal courtyard that brings northern light into the study, but also allows the morning light to come into the entry area and ventilate the kitchen area. The focus on exterior detail and continuing that dialogue into the gates. Thank you. And that's the end.